What's the word, y'all? Y'all already know what it is. Just your boy Green in the building, loud and outright. It's a whole fact. Oh, God is good. God is great. That's a fact. God is amazing, baby. Word up. Whoo. Appreciate your comment, man. Word up. Oh, man. Let me. So we know, Green Eyes stop smoking. I like when the bubbles come up. Oh man, let's go. We got the Bev. Can never forget the Bev. Never, never, never. Can never forget it. Yo, Green Eyes niggas telling me you crying online, my nigga. What's up with that, my nigga? Thought you was a fucking gangster, Pete. What's up with that, my G? Thought you was a gangster, my nigga. You crying? You crying? You ever see a grown man cry? You haven't seen a grown man cry? Word up. Green Eyes feel marvelous. Yeah. We feel great. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Green Eyes made a little 25 today. Not too much, but for a person starting from rock bottom, that's a good start. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to Steve Harvey. He taught me the multiples of 10. If you make 10, if you got a God's given talent, you make $10. And somebody will give you $10 for that God's given talent. That's 10. Do that 10 more times. That's 100. Do that 10 more times. You do the math. You do the math. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, that's what I want. I want to let y'all know how y'all feel about the man. We gonna get there. We gonna get there, baby. But it's a lot of things we need to talk about first. Salute to the green side. Let's start there. Yeah. Let's start there. How you feel about the president? My president is black. My president is black. Yeah. So Green Eyes made a little 25 and all that. 25, 26, 27, 28. Green Eyes made a little $28 today. So the old me, Green Eyes would have got some bud, 2 for 25 on the 15 side, 2 for 25. Bob Marley. Yeah, Bob Marley, authentic. And let me get some hot guava. You got a lighter? You got a light? Green Eyes don't got enough for a light. Oh, hold on, y'all. We might have enough for a light. Hold it down, y'all. Hold it down. Yeah. Oh, we got it. That's what Green Eyes used to do. Mm-hmm. When Green Eyes used to smoke, every money he got, he going to get some weed to calm his nerves. My nerves be fucking with me, bro. Gangster. But working on self, working on my energy, my my mind, my thoughts. Just trying to better my life. You understand what I'm saying? Nothing personal with nobody. But Green Eyes is just on a different journey right now. I'm on a different thing, y'all. Whoo! Yeah. What we doing? Grab a wing. Yeah. Grab a wing, man. Green eyes don't mind. Yeah. What you want? Water gonna cost you though. I'ma charge you. I'ma charge you for that. Oh man, what's the word, y'all? Greenhouse feel amazing. God is good. God is great. That's a fact. Let's do a prayer. Dear Lord Father, those who don't have daily bread, I want you to give them daily bread. Feed those who has not been fed. Jehovah, Yahshua, fed the birds in the sky. I know I will be fed, dear Lord Father. Trying to better my life, my situation, my breathing, my thoughts. I give it all to you, my worries. Sadababa. Thank you, dear Lord Father, for this man. Let me bless it. Yeah. Oh, you want some? Yeah. Oh, come on. You want some? But I've been working on self. Been waking up sweating lately. I think it's because the smoking. I was so used to smoking and stuff like that sometimes when you don't smoke, you start sweating, you start overthinking, you start going crazy. Some people get sick. I haven't been through the sick stages, but that's what a lot of people tell me. They said, "Yo, you might go to rehab, my nigga." I said, "What for weed? What the fuck? That's weed. It's weed. It's weed." But when you're trying to quit something, I know it takes a certain amount of days to get out your system. Mm. Ooh, ooh, mm, mm. Spicy. I spice you from the Bronx, but you not nice. Couldn't eat it for lunch. The munch don't even got rice. Yeah. I wrote a little song about Ice Spice, a little Ice Spice this. I spice you from the Bronx, but you not nice. Couldn't eat it for lunch. The munch don't even got rice. Couldn't eat it for lunch. The munch don't even got rice. Pull up in the BX. Look at her eyes. You tell that she's stressed. Trying to look at her titties. But she got a V-neck. Disrespect. I come through. Trying to intellect. I've been the best. Bust down like a cigarette. But all jokes aside, y'all, I've been trying to better my life, better my ways. I'm 30 years old. You understand what I'm saying? I'm 30, y'all. And nobody is perfect. Nobody, y'all. Nobody's perfect. Nobody. So I can't be upset. But greenhouse one change, and change is a good thing. Whew. Oh, I see Rap Ref. I guess I passed gas by mistake or whatever the case may be. And he did like a little show video, trying to play it. And it's like, that's the ways of releasing tension, burping. You understand what I'm saying? Farting. A lot of y'all niggas be acting like y'all not human, y'all. Y'all act like y'all not human. I'm human. I cry. Yeah. Come on. Y'all act like y'all too big and bad to cry. I remember this kid. He was like a YN. He was like a YN, y'all. And there was an OG. The OG was like, "Yo, you all right, man?" The kid was like, "Yeah, I'm good. Boy, I'm good. I do what I do." But then the kid ended up, and the OG ended up asking him, "Where's your parents?" The OG ended up asking him, "Where's your parents?" And once he asked him that, that's when the kid started crying. That's when the kid started crying, y'all. As general support me more than a lot of niggas come on, y'all. Where's the support? I'm not mad, but it's like, come on, y'all. Y'all don't support. I'm not mad. I still got to get things done. Let me drop the link just in case. We got a lot to talk about today. I'm just getting the energy, really. You know, I haven't really been craving food like that. I guess because I was smoking, you get the urge for a snack, you get munchies and stuff like that. So I just try to like better my position. And we all have our way. You understand what I'm saying? We all have our ways. And some moves take years to make, y'all. Some moves take years to make, y'all. But I'm eating, but I'm not eating like before. See, before I used to just eat, just to eat. Because when you high, it makes you like, just you smack. You got the munchies. It opens up the appetite. But me as a child, I always had an appetite, yo. Always. Me and my mans, we fought. Because I asked him for a slice. But I already asked like 6 people for slices because I had a good appetite as a child. My teacher told me that. She said, "You have a good appetite." But then I noticed my man threw it out instead of giving it to me. He said, "You had enough." He said, "You had enough." And we fought. But years later, I thought about my health. Maybe that man was saving my life. Sometimes we feel like people are the enemy because what they're doing, but not knowing they fighting the good fight, which is protecting you. They fighting your battles. You might not know it. It's spiritual. So when he told me, he said, "You had enough." I did had enough. I did had enough slices. It wasn't healthy to keep eating slices and slices and slices. Went to the doctor. They said I was obesity as a child, yeah. But at the moment, I looked at him as the enemy for throwing it out, not knowing he was saving my life in the future. Be careful who you dictate, who you choose to be the enemy, because the enemy is fighting your fight, yo. It's fighting your fight. Trust me. Trust me. Mm, mm. I don't deal with phones. You know, my baby mother, when she used to text me, I always knew it was gonna be like something. So every time she'll text me, it's like my heartbeat would skip. You know, I was nervous. I was like, damn, what do you got to tell me now? What I did now? What did I do? And I think that's the reason I don't really like the phone like that. If you see when I had an interview with Gus the Animal, somebody called me or somebody was texting me. Green Eyes was like, uh, I don't know if I said the devil don't text me or I said don't text me that. Oh, I said that's what I said. I said don't text me, the devil's busy. So she left like a bad taste in my mouth for like, but she also taught me. You understand what I'm saying? Because sometimes I'll have a great day and then go to my phone and somebody be upset. Like I had a friend and his female try to say hi to me. Hi, how you doing? Now, me and my friend, we grew up together, went to the same school. Me, him, and you, we went to the same school. Me, him, and you, we went to the same school. So the female, saying hi to Green Eyes. So, but I come from like a different era where I'm not disrespectful, but I just don't like talking to my man's girl, if that makes sense. Like, I don't like, how can I, without trying to sound like disrespectful or anything. I'm still learning, y'all. I'm not perfect. And the more sober I am and I become, because I try to look at it from all angles. Sometimes I was like, damn, you could at least say hi. Could at least, how you doing? But then sometimes, I don't know. It's like I have a spirit that speaks for me. If it say hi to you, it say hi to you. If it don't, it's not me. Cause I remember some guy. He was like standing in front of me, and I was like behind the jewelry store. So he was looking at the jewelry store, and I was like, "Yo, you good?" But I didn't really say it. Like, I don't know. I think it was just like a reaction, or you know. But it's not a bad thing. You know, I don't want to be rude, so I might say hi. But if I don't, It's just because greenhouse is on a different gene and temptation. Um, and just the loyalty I have for my bro is the reason I don't really speak to his queen like that. You see what I'm saying? If anything, that's respect. But it's tricky, y'all. Damn if you do, and damn if you don't. This is why Greenhouse is focused on his problems. I got too much problems to be dealing with other people's problems. I got my own problems. I'm a grown man. But my nigga Good said, grown man balls is something that you gotta deal with. Grown man balls is something you gotta deal with. But you'd be surprised how many people be happy for you. Like you might think they be upset you on a different thing, but I know people proud of me, yo. Cause I was like, I never was the type to like give up on people, but I always gave my accessibility. I always gave my time, my energy. So if Greenhouse, trying to spend more time with himself, love himself, self love and stuff like that, that shouldn't be a problem for people, man. Y'all should be happy for me, happy for my journey, happy for the young man. Be happy, man. And I know sometimes when we go through things, as you can see my video yesterday, excuse me, y'all. I was in my emotions. I was in my bag like a Bergen. Not towards anybody, but just expressing myself. Release that tension. Sometimes we hold it inside so much it could affect us, our health, our breathing. So you have to be able to just release. Some of y'all niggas need a good fuck. You think you got asthma, you think you got a bruise, you think you're going through it, you sweating, you might need a good fuck. Yo, I'm feeling this pain. It might be you might need a fuck son. You understand what I'm saying? You might be clogged up, my nigga. Green shot, green shot. But I feel good, man. I know I'm motivating somebody out there to make the same decisions that I did. When you have young individuals looking at you, living a certain lifestyle, and when you change, that's when they'll follow. Why? Because that's all they know is the lifestyle. So we need to be able to teach them. The more you are about that life, the more you try to get away from the life. That's how I could tell y'all niggas ain't dangerous like that, my nigga. The more that you are about that life, you try to run away from that life as fast as possible. It don't make sense to the people that don't want to be, that don't want to understand. Y'all don't want to understand. This is the reason y'all gonna be here forever, my nigga. Greenhouse don't plan on being here forever, my nigga. Last time I checked, I was single. I'm free. I'm free. I'm free. I don't I don't like drama. I love it once I'm in it, but I rather peace, y'all. I'm like a GPS. We take it where we need to take it. But Green Eyes rather give you a hug. I would rather hug you. I would rather hug you, y'all. But it's not for me to judge people. Sometimes we judge others, and that's the reason that we affect ourselves. Everybody has their own journey. Everybody has their own relationship with the Lord. They like him, they don't like him, whatever it is. But you'll be surprised on the influence that you have on the people, Green. I had killers telling me, "Yo, you the reason I'm working out. You the reason I'm going to church." Killers, gladiators, gladiators, y'all. But I feel so free. See, me, I had this type of attachment with people. So if they feel any type of way about themselves, I will feel it. You understand what I'm saying? Because I just always had that gift. And it's like a gift and a curse. But I could feel people's pain. So I try to keep my circle small because that's a lot of pain, and suffering that don't even belong to me, yo. But you do live a better life when you don't smoke. See, me, I've been smoking for plenty of years, yo. I've been smoking for a long time, y'all. One day you just wake up and you get tired of it, man. You get tired of the life. You just want better. hmm You just want better. And you'll get it. I feel good. I'm feeling healthy. I'm moving better. Ah, thank you, dear Lord Father. Yo, Lone Wolf. I left you a little wing and a little shrimp fried rice. Make sure you save some for S General. You heard? You heard? Yeah, make sure. You know, I was coming out with the ice cream cereal. We got the ice cream cereals coming real soon, y'all. Ice cream with the cereal. You know, Greenhouse is a hustler. I'm like Cassidy. I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler, homie. I got the thing for the customers, homie. Nigga asks about me. Nigga asks about me. I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler, baby. And I just want you to know is who I am with. And sometimes I did marching. I did that. But sometimes you want to march to your own beat. I shouldn't even be eating this type of shit. But I ain't gonna act like Greenhouse don't eat Chinese food or something like that. But we're not trying to change. You see what I'm saying? But this right here, trying to better my situation with the things I put in my system as well. But since this is the only thing I'm eating today, which is a good thing, all we need is one meal, y'all. One meal a day. One meal a day, y'all. Mm-hmm. Mm. One meal a day. You don't need too much. Too much in your system. When I first got my pain, y'all, you know what I did? I ate like $100 worth of food because the same satisfaction that you get from eating, you know, you feel happy. You feel is like the same satisfaction that you get from sex. So I would eat to try to get rid of the pain, but I was destroying myself because I was putting too much in my system. Because I that was the only way to find a little bit of peace, find something good to eat, uh, smoke. But now that Greenhouse felt that pain every time he was smoking, he felt it more and more and more. So that's when he was like, nah. When it comes to life, death, when it comes to health, you got to make those righteous decisions as a man. My life is more important. I can always go back, but I feel good that I'm not smoking. Do I get the urge? Oh, excuse me. Do I get the urge? Of course, all the time, all the time. But I notice if I do that, then the days I'm not smoking, it'll just be down the window. Cause I did it before, 6 months, 7 months, when I was smoking, but then went right back to it. So I'm trying to like not, you know, get in that state of mind. We gonna chop it up, y'all. Just let me get a little energy for the day. See what just happened? I had two forks and I ain't even noticed it. How the fuck? Hold on, my nigga. That might have been some illusion shit or something like that. You sure? Because I only seen you with one. You only ordered one, right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. ¿Y qué ponerle ese ahí? No, yo sé, pero eso son dos. Yo no lo tenía los dos en mi plato. No, no, papi, yo le enseñé a la gente, los chinos, yo le enseñé a la gente. La gente me está diciendo que yo nada más tenía un fork, bro. Sí. Yo no sé, manito, eso es una cosa de otro mundo. Sí. Give me a second, y'all. I'm on the Bluetooth. Uh, that's okay, yo estoy diciendo. Nah, somebody was calling me because they said, how the hell you had two forks? No, no, yo le estoy diciendo a mi gente. Sí, sí, claro que sí. Muy bien, papi. Muy bien, papi. Woohoo. But life is a simulation anyway, so I wouldn't be surprised if there was just one fork there. I wouldn't be surprised, y'all. Because I know I say certain things on this, and when I go back, I don't see it. I know everything I say on this shit, bro. I don't know what I'm gonna say because I don't plan it, but I let Jesus take the wheel. See, Jesus was radical. Jesus was end of. If Jesus had a platform, y'all wouldn't like him. If Jesus had a platform, y'all wouldn't like him. Why? Because he speaks his mind. He speaks how he feels, and that's a way of expression. If people get mad for you expressing yourself, and it's the thing that helps you. It keeps you calm, keeps you like from spazzing, and people. That's one thing. You question my YouTube, Green Eyes might not ever talk to you again. I don't like that. When people question, yo, what you sell? Stop, stop doing that. Because Green Eyes don't like that, man. We had to learn to find peace. A lot of y'all couldn't find peace if it was laying next to you, but you could find a fight in the dark without the flashlight. Without the flashlight, y'all, you can find a fight. Relax. Mm. See, I'm not a person that got it all figured out. But one thing I do have, I'll say some type of peace. I'm not gonna say fully at peace, but I do have peace. And there was something like what Trump was saying. Trump was saying something about living better with nothing. And I see Hassan Campbell talking about it, but Hassan Campbell took it the wrong way. That's why I'm glad I'm up here because you know it's all about how you receive things, and he took it as in a way of he got different cars and stuff like that. So he said they're gonna take all of that from him. anything man has earned, they saying that the government is going to take. So you'll be more at peace, more happy with less things. But me, I took it a different way. I took it as the less fortunate know how to be happy. Yeah, you might have a Bugatti. You might have you might have certain things that a lot of people don't have, but it doesn't say that you have peace. I know millionaires that's not happy. Yeah, them rappers, a lot of rappers, they're not happy. A lot of people aren't happy though. And that's not something that you could teach people, but what you could teach them is strategies. If somebody asks me how I'm doing, no matter what I'm going through, if I say I'm okay, I'm blessed, I'm beautiful, I'm good, then you'll be good. But if you say, life is life and not really a morning person, you already put in those words. Words is powerful. Words catch spells, y'all. So just try to find your peace. I don't know. What's your peace? Is it riding bikes? What's your peace? You have to find that. It's not a female. That's one thing I agree with Hassan Campbell. He said, get rid of her now. And the reason, because when it comes to war, and we got to get up and make a move, you know, women, they do their makeup, hair, nails. I'm telling you, there's a nuclear bomb coming, and you fucking, oh hell no, bitch! I'm about to kill you and take my child and just go, cause women don't move when men move. When we say jump, no disrespect, females. Y'all need to learn how to say how. Y'all need to learn to be obedient towards their man. Obedient. No physical. Right now, don't no physical, y'all. Love each other. Appreciate. Be the bigger person. Be the bigger person, y'all. How you do that? You make the first phone call. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we don't know how to be the bigger person. I remember Martin. 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 Nah. I feel. Yeah, that's it. Remember Martin, y'all? Remember when him and Gina was going back and forth like tug of war? Y'all remember that? Gina made a little mistake and she mentioned Martin's mom. You know Martin don't play with his mother. And I think it was basically a co-worker or whatever the case of Gino. Yeah. Take your shoes, take your socks off, get comfortable, bro. Relax, breathe. Sometimes we hurt ourselves, y'all. Sometimes you hurt yourself with the frustration, the thinking, the overthinking. Relax, breathe. Woosah, woosah. But they laughed at Martin when Martin was like, because they was like, yo, Martin, just apologize. And Martin was like, hell no. I ain't gonna be the bigger person. She violated. So now they was going, eventually they end up speaking. But what I'm trying to say, be that bigger person. If it's worth fighting for, you fight for. Not in a negative way. You fight for that relationship. If it's worth it. Sometimes you done dodged a bullet. A lot of people, with me, when me and my baby mother was no longer together, I felt disconnected from life. It's just it didn't feel the same. I was used to the abuse. I called that love. That wasn't love, y'all. That's not love. Love doesn't come with well, love, it does come with a lot. Love is something that you gotta be. You can't be the only one fighting. I'm putting 100% into the relationship. I would expect for you to put 100% into the relationship. It got to go both ways. I know they say happy what? Happy wife, happy life, happy house, happy spouse. For Christmas, I pay the electricity. Yeah. I pay the gas. That's what I did. Oh, baby, what did you get me? I paid that shit. I paid that shit. I paid for it. Nice and full, belly full. Thank the Lord for that. Thank you, dear Lord. And I know my situation is gonna get better because, like I said, these $28, this would have went straight down to for Bud. Being honest with a yo, what's good, my G? Yo, can I get a 2 for 25? Oh. All right, but let me get 2 for 50. You can do 2 for 15. All right, 2 for 15. Let me get $5 back. 5, 10, 1, 2, 3, 13. Let me get a little Italian cheeseburger. Um, let me get 2 Doritos. Let me get. I want to be your lover. I want to be your singer. I want to be your friend. But I am type liking that I didn't rush to go buy marijuana. I'm happy for myself. These are $28 that could come into, you know, the household, you know, anything. But sometimes when you smoke, you just only think about weed. Oh, no, that's real. That's real. Yeah. We good. Come on, my G. Green eyes don't do no fake shit, man. Stop it. Stop it, man. Green eyes will rip this right now just to show y'all you don't fuck with weed, my nigga. Rip it right now. Got it? Yeah. I don't know about that. Brand new. Put it together. Yeah, you gotta blow it. You gotta blow it. But I'm very grateful for myself and stuff like that. Let's get to this content. How do y'all feel about your president? How do y'all feel? Do you feel like he's worth being a president? Do you feel like he's doing the right thing? Is he protecting us? How do y'all feel? I never seen Tony Rock going off on Will Smith on the Math Alpha joint. I never seen that. Now that I'm saying that, I'm like, I understand that's his brother. That's one thing I do respect. That is his brother, y'all. But you gotta understand, you can't be joking about people's wives. You understand what I'm saying? You made a joke about the man's wife and the man reacted. And I understand at the end of the day, you at the end of the day, you there as a brother. That's one thing I do respect. But you know, the man did it wrong. Entertainment, educational purposes only, y'all. How do y'all feel about the war that's going on? How do y'all feel, y'all? Entertainment, educational purposes only, y'all. Don't own right to disclaimer. My man worked for the YouTube headquarters. He said we good on the green shot.
In Doha, the capital of Qatar. It's part of the retaliation from Iran after the U.S. and Israel launched a massive and ongoing military campaign across Iran. U.S. embassies across the region are now telling Americans to shelter in place, and just in, the State Department is now urging all U.S. citizens in Lebanon to get out while commercial options are still available. Let's go live right now to CNN's Paula Hancock, who's joining us from Abu Dhabi. Paula, you and your teams are hearing new explosions where you are all the time, right?
Yes, Wolf, there was another wave of incoming missiles, or at least we heard the blasts of what we assume to be the interceptions by the defense here in the UAE. This has been happening for hours now, so we're certainly seeing no let-up in the retaliation from Iran. We've heard from the Ministry of Defense here in Abu Dhabi saying that they have been intercepting missiles. They also say that one person has been killed by falling debris after.
Yeah, I didn't see that thing. Yeah, I didn't see that thing with the lady. She was like on a jet. She was like on a jet, and I don't know if she was trying to like, you know, she was from the U.S. though. She was trying to like, I don't know if she was trying to like shoot at Iran, or you know, I don't know what her intentions were, but I think she was just flying, just to fly, because you know, I think she was just flying just to fly. But you know, anything in the air, low, you know, the radar right now, they on it, and they shot it down. But she had like a you know, that thing with the book bag that you jump off the plane. Yeah, she had like one of those, a life jacket, not a life jacket. That's when That's when you swimming. She had one of those a parachute on the book bag shit, and you know it let her out. But then she landed in Iran. I don't know if it was Iran, but she landed like somewhere where it was very, very lucky that it wasn't. But a lot of people thought she was trespassing. She was the enemy, not knowing they shot her jet down. It was like a U.S. jet. I'm gonna find it. I got y'all.
Smoke near the Al Dhafra base here in Abu Dhabi as well. So potentially not all of those missiles were intercepted, but we're certainly seeing no let up in this retaliation. We've seen it as well in Doha, in Qatar. They just recently had another wave of incoming missiles. Officials there saying that they are intercepting them as they come in. There are shelter-in-place orders across the Gulf nations. Airspace has been closed. We know in Bahrain, where the U.S. Navy's Fifth Fleet is based, that they have been targeted as well. And the same in Kuwait. We have heard reports in Jordan as well. There is anger as well as concern amongst these Gulf nations that they have become targets themselves. Many of them had said to the United States they were unable to use their bases if they were going to strike Iran. They had said that their airspace must not be used, as well as they wanted to put some distance between themselves and what the US president was ultimately going to decide to do. We've heard statements, for example, from Saudi Arabia saying that they give the strongest condemnation of this blatant and cowardly Iranian attacks, also pointing out that there have been incoming into Riyadh and the eastern province. Qatar has called it a flagrant violation of its national sovereignty. The UAE condemning and denouncing this as well in the strongest terms, the blatant Iranian missile attacks. So there is concern in these Gulf nations who are unaccustomed to this level of intense missile attack. But there is also anger that they have found themselves on the receiving end of this as well. Remember back in June when the US and Israel carried out those strikes on the nuclear facilities in Iran, it was Qatar only that was targeted, and that one was fairly restrained. That is not the case now.
You think this is dramatically in the next few days and maybe next few weeks going to dramatically escalate this war?
I think it has the potential of doing so, Wolf. And, you know, what you're seeing is a very large Iranian response. And I think, it's going to be interesting to get the military assessment from places like CENTCOM to see if they had anticipated this kind of a reaction from the Iranians. They clearly anticipated some of that by evacuating some troops from some of these bases that you've mentioned in the Persian Gulf region. But I don't know if they've really anticipated the magnitude of this, because it looks like, we're looking at several hundred, if not a series of 1,000 drones heading toward Israel, and potentially other targets as well. And if you add that, couple that with missiles that the Iranians still have, it could be a fairly substantial response. The question then would be, though, what kind of follow-up will the Iranians have?
How effective is that Iron Dome anti-missile system that Israel has over the whole country in dealing with a lot of drones coming in from Iran?
This is what the Iranians are trying to do, Wolf. The Iron Dome system was not built for drones.
So this is the video right here. Let me show y'all. So right there, what you're watching is, oh shit, y'all not even looking at it. Why y'all didn't tell me?
1 minute 1 minute لا شبه الدبه 1 minute
صدناه يا الربع لو نازل من الباراشوت صدناه.
لا والله حربيه، طياره حربيه، طياره حربيه. شوف 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 شوف. لا والله حربيه، طياره حربيه، طياره حربيه. شوف 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 شوف.
صدناه يا
Now
الربع
right here,
لو نازل من الباراشوت صدناه. هذا صدناه يا الربع حق طيب.
right now, what you're looking at is one of those individuals that was actually on the jet when the jet got shot down. One of them survived, which was a female, y'all.
police 1 minute 1 minute لا شبه
صدناه.
Look,
هذا صدناه يا الربع
that's the
حق
parachute
طيب.
police
female who survived the crash, y'all. She survived the crash. Y'all seen that, right? And she was able to survive that crash. Now, she didn't land in Iran. Let me see where she landed. Let me see. Jet crash in Kuwait against drones in Kuwait. Yo, rapper, if you got 598 views, bro. He said, how did this video get so many? That's not a lot, bro. I got like 10,000, 20,000 views, bro. I made 1 million views, bro. I already made 1 million views. So that's nothing. 500. My daughter could make 500 views. But it's a war going on, man. And me, I was an individual. I said, I might not like Trump, but I seen he got shot at a couple of times, survived it, and stuff like that. So I was just like, damn, this man be getting shot at, he be dodging the bullets, but not like that. But I'm saying like I don't know about his politics like that, but when it comes to some war shit, we're not may feel a little comfortable having him as president when it comes to the war. But war is not something that you spread. You spread love, you spread joy, you spread peace. And when it comes to this war, it's gonna be continuous wars. We're gonna send missiles, they're gonna send missiles, and this shit is gonna get out of hand, y'all. So sometimes, like as the United States, we don't back down too well, but they really ready to destroy shit. You see what I'm saying? And these are lives that are being killed. That's where my problem comes in. That's where my problem comes in because I got a great heart, y'all. I got a great heart, but sometimes we might bomb something just to protect or let it be known, don't fuck with us. But we have to realize how many people are dying from these missiles. We gotta understand. We gotta know that these missiles is having an effect, killing people. You feel what I'm saying? Yes, we standing up for ourselves and stuff like that, but when it comes to a life being taken, it's like something I gotta question because this seems like it's a distraction, but yet just because something is a distraction, it doesn't take away from what's happening. It doesn't take away from what's actually happening. Yes, it might be a distraction, but it's really happening. And there's places, right, that they used to this type of activity. See, New York, we're not used to that. We don't back down too well. And I'm speaking for like the presidents and stuff like that. I don't think they can speak for themselves. So Greenhouse is gonna speak for them. But those places are used to that. And it's a lot of trauma that goes on in those type of places. But there's babies being woke to bombs, all of that stuff, y'all. So they dealing with that on a everyday basis. So yeah, they feel it, but it became normal to them. We're not used to getting bombed up and all that. So now, what are we gonna do when it's time for war? We don't know where these missiles is gonna hit. We don't know their intentions with us, y'all. What are we gonna do? What are you gonna do? This is a time where money ain't nothing unless you investing in equipment that's gonna protect you. Martial law, purge, all of that shit is gonna be coming back. See, y'all know those games where they have football games? It's not like a plane or a helicopter. It's like a blimp. See, if a blimp was to blow up, that shit could take about half the world, y'all. Now, imagine if they have certain bombs on the blimps. See how they was doing it before? They would set up traps. See how they was shooting the jet down and all that? But they was doing it different. They were sending missiles through the boats. See, the boats, they already knew that boats may have drugs on them, somebody trying to transport drugs. But that's how they were sending their missiles, because they wouldn't really destroy the boat. they were just like, search it, make sure it don't got no things and stuff like that. But they were judging it based off the radius of how fast the boat was going. You see what I'm saying? And when it comes to like trying to attack, it's like you could attack, but you got to be a little sneaky with it. You can't always attack fast. You know what I'm saying? The unexpected. So now these boats were moving a certain pace where it wasn't, they weren't identifying them as a threat. Because if it had anything, why would it be going so, thing? But they did check it. You understand what I'm saying? And like I said, there's so many places right now where they're at war. They are at war. And yes, we go through a little war, but we don't go through that type of war. That war is like a different type of war. That war is like it's different, y'all. That war is it's not nothing to be played with, y'all. And like I said, I don't underestimate us. I know we have the attitude for it. I know, we New Yorkers, y'all. New York. We touch the ground, we bring it back up, and we New York, baby. I know that. But what I'm saying is, y'all, sometimes we gotta just be at peace. Now, what do you do when the country that you live in is at war? You understand what I'm saying? Does our vote matters? Does how we feel matters? Do we have any say so in this type of situation, y'all? We don't have no say so. Trump is not gonna ask you, yo, Green Eyes, you think I could send a missile? He's just gonna do it. Now, it might be good, it might be protecting us, y'all. But we don't know what's yet to come for us. This is when we need to stand together and unite. We need to be able to come together, y'all. A lot of much division, but this right here is getting serious, y'all. We're getting threatened. Trump said, do what you do, but guarantee and word, Trump don't be using no regular words. He say shit that have you thinking. You could do this for about 3 to 4 weeks, but we on your body every day. He say stuff like that that'll make you like, I know they sometimes want to be like, nah, let's not. But you got some people that's just like, fuck it. They're trying to test their technology anyway to see if it even could reach a certain surface before getting shot down. This is what we have come to, y'all. War. Remember when they was calling people? Y'all remember they was calling people, yo, you gotta go. The only way out if they call you to fight for your freedom, for your country. Some people were saying they were LGBT, ABC, 1, 2, 3. And there were other ways to get out of it. But it was mandatory, y'all. A lot of us didn't answer the phone. A lot of us ignored it. It was mandatory. They're gonna start doing that again. They're gonna start calling. And this is for people that's not working. If you're not working, you gotta go to war. If you're not in some type of I can't even say that because that's like that's the difference between that's the common ground between peace and war. Love. We need to be able to love one another, but right now it's gonna be too crazy because you might have people that you know is from there, and you might have hidden agendas towards them, but just because they're from out there, it's like we don't really have nothing to do with that. You feel me? That's the politics. But this is where we live. Should we be screaming, not feeling safe? But one thing I do know, we do have the technology. Not the technology, excuse me. We do have the equipment. Technology we don't have. We go against China or some shit like that, we are doomed. Them niggas got 4D printers, 3D printers. And I ain't talking about that shit from Amazon. Talk about shit that you could print out a fucking machine gun. You just print it out. Click. When somebody died, you bring them back to life. Click. Might not be the same soul, but you could print it out. AIs, robots, they starting to take over, y'all. Your job is in jeopardy. Now, don't get me wrong. With robots, yes, I admit it does take humans to run them. Who run the world? AI. Who run the world? AI. The reason I say that, I interview AIs. I show them my love. You need to show them where you stand. Don't think they don't have the power to take over. There's always one. Remember Will Smith, I'm Legend? Remember when it was like 1,000,000 robots? They all like regular robots, but then there's one that's trying to hit him in the head with the headshot. It's always one who want to be human. It's always one curiosity. Even AI. Don't you think they want to become human? And don't you think we want to learn more about AI? Mark my words, you will have robots running your position, yo. Like I said, we're not doomed, but the good thing about it, the more robots, AI, the more those take over, we will have more jobs available, y'all. Because like I said, it takes humans to program, to turn on these robots. But the type of work that these robots are doing is taking over our positions. You're going to be working, but you ain't going to be getting no double shift. You ain't going to be getting no overtime. They designed it like this so we could be able to make a standard amount. That's what they're doing to us, yo. Like I said, if you have the job, your job is not in jeopardy, but you won't really be getting too many hours. And that's when people will step back from working. And this is when robots will take over. Because people, humans, we're not appreciative. If we get 8 hours, we was used to 16 overtime. But if we get just 8 hours, that's good. But we'll look at it like a bad thing. And we would rather walk away and let robots take over. All we do is walk away from opportunity. Opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better never let it go. You only get one shot, dude. That's real. Very, very real. But like I said, when it comes to these jobs, it's cool. Keep your job now, because later on, that's when jobs is going to be very hard, but they are going to be hiring a lot of people. A lot of people. And the reason I say that your job is going to be, it's like they're going to maybe take over because they don't have no feelings. You see, if somebody gets you upset while you playing the register, you're gonna get upset. You might throw the money at them. But a robot doesn't have those emotions, yo. Those robots don't demand respect. They don't even want any type of tip. They already got the robots Uber Eats doing deliveries. You ain't got to tip it or nothing. You see what I'm saying? So you're not dealing with that human personality. As humans, we are very emotional. Robots, they don't deal with emotions. Sometimes you must fight for peace, but sometimes you got to push peace. We pushing the P over here, y'all. We pushing the P over here, y'all. But it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot, y'all. It's a lot that's going on, y'all. Pay attention. Try to find something to distract your mind and stuff like that, because there's a lot of things that's going to try to distract us, keep us, bugging out. And they have like the power. They can, because you know how you could be so happy and be so healed. That's easy, but it doesn't seem so easy because they have the control buttons. They have the control buttons, y'all. I try not like to get too much with the mixy, this, that, and the third, politics. I come there to work. I don't come there to make friends. I don't come there to, I come there to relax, chill, work. Y'all go for the work for other things. But like I said, be at peace. Show each other love, mercy, have compassion, show love, show gratitude, show appreciation, y'all. Hey, this is an example right here where when business don't do good. See, the only reason that we will have some type of frequency or energy towards anybody is because business. Why would anybody that lives so far in Iran will want to hurt us? And why would we want to hurt them? They don't even live, they live so fucking far. What's going on behind the scenes, business wise? That's what I'm thinking. Because you see, with China, they don't want to be for China. China got, oh man, their technology is beyond us. So, like I said, we do have that military equipment, but them niggas might have AI robots fighting for them. Some people fight different, y'all. It's getting crazy, y'all. It's a war where nobody is safe from. It's getting crazy in the field, y'all. Now I know what Sean Campbell be talking about. It's crazy in the field. Relax and try to be easy, but prepared. There's something big coming. You can feel it in a way. You can like feel it. You can feel it in a way. See what I'm saying? You can feel something yet to come, but don't be too scared of something like that. Too overthinking on it and shit like that. It's just things happen. It becomes the past. You understand what I'm saying? It's about the future, y'all. Keep moving. Keep striving for greatness. But how do I feel? I don't really have no feeling towards the man. I'm not an individual that try to like politics, and I am when it comes to the like Michael Blake trying to get people on the ballot, things like that. But I don't like judging nobody because I leave that to the Lord. You feel me? I leave that to the Lord. I don't try to destroy people, hurt them, or make them feel what I felt. It takes two to tangle, y'all. Two wrongs do not make it right, y'all. Sometimes your body's just here, but your mind is where it needs to be. Sometimes your body is here, but come on, man. Know your worth. Know who you are as a person, bro. Hug yourself. Say, Greenhouse, we love you. Love yourself. Nobody can love you more than you love you. Nobody. And the more you start to love yourself, the more people will love you. But I tell people, you don't see me and stuff like that. Catch me on YouTube. You understand what I'm saying? I made it like that so it could be just way better. People could be able to access me through YouTube, because this is where I'll be able to express myself, express my feelings, my thoughts, and stuff like that. And it's not only for me, y'all. I do this for a lot of y'all. I have this platform for y'all to be able to express yourselves. Say how you feel. You understand what I'm saying? Don't worry how people think or what they got to say. Fuck them. Express yourself. Don't be afraid to give in. Don't be afraid to express. Let it know. Green, I don't feel good. I've been feeling with this. And Greenhouse are trying to like motivate you. Not perfect, but we got so many platforms that we using for the wrong thing. The upper class nigga, whatever the nigga name is, that he had Eli up there and all that. I ain't like the nigga. Like I love what he was doing, giving out the fake Jordans and shit like that. But I just didn't like the fact that, you know, he's like going through Canal Street. People was hustling, you know, they selling the fake joints. And he's telling them, yo, you pretty girl, you a real girl. Why you gonna buy fake stuff? You know, you was doing interviews, you have the wolf up there, which I respect it. But stick to that, bro. See, a lot of people, they try to, when you try to, a blogger, when you try to be, it's like ARP, salute the ARP, but, you know, we like you for hosting the battles. We don't see you blogging and the way the nigga doing it, you know, he's just doing it like, and you know, he's like what, Chinese or whatever. But I seen him like a gangster. I'm like, damn, he knows a lot of people and stuff like that. But when you handle yourselves like that, it takes away from your character, bro. You never take away from somebody's mouth, their pockets. Never. I don't care if they're your worst enemy. You telling them, yo, don't buy it. That's fake. That you knocking somebody hustle, bro. That's why I'm saying I'm with the G codes, bro. My G code is certain things that in G code, when certain people overstep their boundaries in G code and they not, you know, if you don't go by G code, how can you express yourself as a gangster? Sometimes you're just emotional. I was emotional. It was a time where I wasn't gangster and I was just emotional. I was dealing with mad shit and I just had to release on somebody. Not gangster. Y'all gotta be easy, yo. Y'all gotta like show yourself love. But that's what was affecting me. I wanted great for everybody. But now Green is just like, I want great for everybody still, but I'd rather show love to myself, give myself a little hug. That's what we used to do in school. You hug yourself. Give you that's independency. Independent. They taught you that. You tap yourself on the shoulder. You give yourself, yo, good job. Good job. Good job. Thumbs up, y'all. We need to learn to march to our own beat. We're not getting his strength again. It takes time. I noticed I'll be trying to carry certain things, you know, certain things is heavy to me that was never heavy to me. So, you know, when you're dealing with a lot of tension and information, you know, you feel tight, you feel stiff. You feel stiff. And the way of releasing is not overnight, but to show yourself self-love, be there for yourself, and relax, breathe. Breathe. I knew how my journey was like it's like, it's not that you're alone, because a lot of people feel like, oh, I'm alone, nobody check up on me. It's not that. The Lord has something planned for you. Y'all gotta, you know, be more happy the best way you can. I'm not saying be all jolly. I'm not saying that, but the best way you can. Try to better your life. Try to better your position. Try to become a better person. Try to change for the better. Excuse me. That's the best thing to do. And it's about growth, development, and growth, y'all. That's what it's about. Caring, not showing you know, just take it one day at a time, y'all. Y'all stay blessed, stay righteous, and stay healthy. And remember to do the right thing, y'all. It's your boy Green Eyes on the scene. Love the break. Peace. Bye.